You got a little napkin there? What is that?
It's a little rag.
A little rag.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Pat right here.
Yeah.
Gotta look good for the camera.
In case you're feeling moist.
Dewy.
You know,
Moist.
Damn, Mike, you hit it on that one, bro. Mike has Xander, I don't know if you were there for these conversations, but there was the whole
Dew point.
You know, the dew point during the summertime is an important factor to consider when choosing what activity we want to do.
Yes. I don't look at temperature. The temperature means nothing. It could be 60. The dew point 60. It's gonna feel like 80 or 90.
Yeah.
That's that. You get sweat. You don't get right here. Yeah.
It makes a difference, man. Like,
No, the dew point's everything.
Ever since you mentioned that, like, I've definitely been like, all right, yeah, bet. What's the
Yeah.
Dew point?
The dew point.
I don't know, because people were like, well, the humidity. But it's not the humidity.
It's not the humidity.
It's the dew point.
Yes.
That's the real number that you're looking at.
60 and up's oppressive. So we were in Florida this summer. Every day, 75. And I think that's as high as it goes. I don't know. I've never seen that. So every day I'd wake up like,
That's tough. That's tough,
dude.
man.
That's pretty rough.
All
What do you
right,
do when someone goes up to you and asks for the weather? You're like, the weather's not going to help you.
The dew point.
The dew point is 40%.
Got it. All right, well, what's going on, everybody? My name is Rick. We got...
Eduardo Saturn.
There it is. You get the full name.
Yeah,
Full name, and
middle
then,
name T.
There it is. And then we got...
Xander with an X.
There it is. Get it. And then
Such a cool name.
we have ourselves a guest here.
Yes. Mike Williams.
Mike Williams.
Yep.
What's up, Mike Williams?
Put the horn here.
Not as cool as Xander with an X.
That one's hard to beat, honestly.
No.
I mean, Rick, 4-letter.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
Yeah, he's Edward Saturn.
It's Edward Saturn.
Like you.
I'm learning Spanish,
Okay.
and like I learned the word usualmente, which is usually.
Yes.
But I'm like, I said to my wife, I'm like, man, that'd be a cool name, usualmente Williams. She's like, what? But I think it's just a cool word, though.
I love it. Well, so Xander with an X. Is that am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes. People think it's with a Z and it's not a Z, it's an X.
I mean, you can see why people maybe
Xander. Right.
yeah.
But if we're gonna talk about the English language, which is a random topic, there's a lot of pronunciations and rules within the English language. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So that's, for example, let's talk about silent letters.
Okay.
Yep.
Random topic, guys. By the way, just throwing it out there.
Do it, man.
The reason why is because my native tongue is not English. I'm from Puerto Rico, so Spanish is my native tongue. So when I got here, I was 10 years old. So grammar school wasn't, that's it. You missed the boat. So it's kind of like, you kind of figure it out now from now on. So,
You missed that class.
so a lot of things I had to learn. It was really difficult, not because I couldn't really understand. It just, they didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean there's a P in psychology and it's a silent letter? Are you doing this to fuck with me? Like, what's going on? No, that's actually, and there was a explanation is because of, I don't know, Greek, Latin,
Yes.
whatever. It just,
Sauce.
again, and when you're trying to learn a different language, stuff like that just doesn't make any sense when you're trying to learn. Because, again, I think the English language is the only language that has silent letters. Unless you guys know about another different language that has silent letters.
Spanish does.
What?
Not silent, but like you don't pronounce the J.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, it is a different letter, like
Fuego,
like
Jason
like
H.
jota, like that's a J. You know what I'm saying? Or like juego, like you said, that's a J. But I guess you're right because that's still J is silent like that. That's the job of J in Spanish. You know what I mean? Versus J for us, that's or P for us.
Yeah.
Its job is not to be silent, but it is in a lot of words. So I'm supporting you. I'm
Gotcha.
supporting you.
It didn't seem like it was based on where you were going, man. But
Yeah.
But then I proved myself wrong.
Yes.
And just like in Spanish, is there accents? You know, like Southern or like Boston.
Oh, yeah.
accent? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
there's
Spaniards.
There's
I'm sorry. I don't like how Spaniards pronounce like they say like gracias, like they're S.
Yeah,
I don't like
oh.
it. I'm
The
sorry.
It's like I don't like the Boston accent. I think it's stupid. It's like 40 miles of people talking like that in the whole world. You know, like it's
yeah.
yeah,
you're not wrong.
yeah. Ka. It's Ka.
What's my khakis?
Yeah.
What is it? Car keys?
Yeah.
We say khakis? It's like,
Yeah.
Khakis or car keys. It's gonna be one or the other.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
so yeah, rant over about the
X.
yeah, my name's Xander with X.
I'll take it. So, Eddie, how the hell was your Thanksgiving, man?
Fucking wonderful, man. Yana made a fantastic turkey. She went all out, man. She brined it.
Okay.
Do you brine your turkey?
Who has the time?
Right.
I mean, like, who has the time?
If you're about that life,
If you're about that life.
it seems like
the
she
brine
is.
life.
How long does it take to
Brine
brine?
gang. It took her like not 2 full days, but like she did it over 2 days.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
It's like it's putting the love into cooking the turkey.
It's
That's
worth
what
it.
brining is.
It's very worth it.
Yeah. They say brine is salt water. It's not salt and water. It's love and salt and water.
I like that.
I'll take it, Mike. What about you, man?
Chilled, had lasagna because I don't like turkey. Yeah. So my wife normally just says, "What do you want?" And I always say lasagna every year. So it's like lasagna, Spanish rice, and then they have like the soul food and stuff, but I don't. Kind of, I don't know. I grew up eating soul food every day, so I don't ever really crave it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, I'll put down some lasagna, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, lasagna and Spanish rice was like new to me when I moved up here.
oh,
And you gotta
okay.
mix it. I pretty much just mix it all in one. 'Cause
Yeah.
the sauce and
Yeah.
the Spanish rice is
Is that my bad? Is that like a Puerto Rican thing too? Because like my family did like arroz con gandules and lasagna.
Yeah.
Did your family?
So
too?
there's this Puerto Rican saying. It's not a real saying, but it was like lasagna va con arroz, which is it goes with rice.
Right.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's made
And
for it.
Yeah, right.
does.
Yeah, double carb.
Wait, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's not a rule, but it's like kind of
It
it's,
happens. Right?
yeah.
It's not just my family.
It's like, whoa, what are you having lasagna? Long?
And I didn't know that.
It's like no.
you have to make rice. Like, no.
I didn't know that. I was at a Spanish event, and it just happened to touch. And I usually don't like my food touching. I was like, oh man, the sauce in that goes really good with
Yeah.
this rice. And I just saw it in one bowl.
Yeah.
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 See, I like. I'll tear down like a nice. It's in the same ballpark. It's in the same ballpark. I'm not saying I don't like lasagna and rice. I'm saying like, you got some arroz con gandules, and then you put some like some meatballs on.
I was gonna say meatballs are next. Yeah.
Red sauce.
Yeah.
You just give it that little mix.
Yeah. Rice on the meatball. Yeah. Yeah.
Eso
Put it down, bro.
Yeah.
Put it down. Zan, what about you, bro? How's your?
Yeah, it was good. Family, turkey. I had turkey and a lot of other side dishes. Good mac and cheese my brother made. My sister made the turkey. Other sister made some great sides, and it was a good time. Good time with the family.
I dig it, man.
Yeah.
I dig it. You know what, man? I had like a classic vintage type of Thanksgiving, if you will, kind of, modern vintage. That's a thing, right?
Modern
Yeah.
vintage.
No, but we had like a proper sit down, which I was telling Mike before we started recording that I haven't had one of those in a minute. Like an actual like proper. We're gonna sit at this table. There's actually cutlery, real nice, and this, that, and the other. Where usually it's like, shout out to my family first of all, but also like, there's never been a time in recent memory where it's like, and we got together and we ate at the same time because nobody ever shows up at the same time. It's just never. It's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
That's never gonna happen.
And then it's like, this one person has a crucial dish. We can't really start eating. It's like we got all these carbs here. There's no meat. Like somebody's bringing the meat. We got the sides over here. And so whatever. I'm sure I can't be the only person who's had that experience. But in terms of, us being able to have like a proper sit down, it was super nice. It was probably just a handful of us, maybe 14, 15 of us. We sat down. We broke bread. And it was nice, man. It was nice to just kind of go back to like a classic little bit of, home life. We had some talks. We completely avoided politics, which was wonderful. Nice peaceful meal. We kept it real PC, and we did the whole like, I remember that time when you did that thing. And a lot of those things were very humbling. My nephew was a savage. He was calling me out on like some of the shit I used to do back when, a young uncle. He was telling a story about how one time, God, that must have been just a real gem of a teenager. But, he was saying like, there was a time where I was playing Mike Tyson's Super Punch Out on the Super Nintendo, so not Mike Tyson's Punch Out. It might have been Super Mike Tyson. I forget what it was. Might have been Super Punch Out. Anyway, I'm dating myself. Long story short, he was tempted to play, and he kind of thought about holding off on playing, but I was at school. And he played, but he overwrote my progress.
Oh,
So my
that
save
was brutal.
My save got wrecked. So apparently we had some hands. There was some
Some real-life Mike Tyson punches.
real life, a lesson was learned that
Yeah.
day. Is the short version of that story. So, but you know, a gamer's got a game.
Yes.
You know, I mean, come on, well, give me a break. You know, what are we gonna do here? But anyway, so that was that. Pretty good Thanksgiving overall.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a small list here of a couple things that we could talk about. Anything else you guys did that was fun? Kind of, you know, the last couple of weeks or two. Any highlights you care to mention? Any gems?
About Thanksgiving.
Nah, just in general.
In
Like,
general.
anything you did recently that was like worth mentioning. Legendary lifestyle here.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of old boring.
Yeah.
All right, so
Did my
here's
taxes.
Here, this is a good one. This will give you guys something to chew on here. So, food you didn't like as a young person, but you can mess with now.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. You mess with Brussels sprouts
I
now?
love Brussels sprouts.
Like straight up or like
yeah.
what you put on them?
I take them raw and no, just kidding.
Get out of here.
I was
Just kidding.
saying, what?
I'm kidding.
I cannot.
Steamed with butter. No. Ready? If you get them like, I don't know if they're fried or baked. You know when they get a little crispy.
Roasted.
No, because I hate
Roasted.
Brussels sprouts.
Roasted.
Sorry.
You hate Brussels sprouts?
Yes.
Wow.
I haven't
I didn't
passed
know
that
we
stage.
We're gonna go to war.
Yeah, I
That's
cannot
fighting words.
stand Brussels sprouts. But go ahead. It's your time right now.
It's your food.
No, roasted Brussels sprouts with like garlic and butter. Sounds really good.
Damn, that does.
You ever
See,
do
Right,
balsamic?
Xander?
Well, the thing is, okay, no, not that I agree, but it seems that the Brussels sprouts now is the last. It's butter and garlic. It's like, and then Brussels sprouts. I feel that if you just have it with a little bit of salt and be like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Or do you need to have garlic and butter to say, oh, this is good?
Oh, okay.
I
I see where you're
I know what
going.
you mean.
It's
Like,
just-
how much do I like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes people may say, oh, I like chicken, but then it's like covered in sauce and gravy. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, do you really like that? Or
Yeah.
do you... So I don't know, because Brussels, I had it and the taste is just something that I can't, like tofu. I can't do tofu. No matter how you cook it,
Tofu's
whatever,
gross.
I just cannot
Yeah.
do it.
I love tofu.
I can't do tofu.
You love tofu, you said?
I like tofu. Yeah,
I'll
I
take
sound
some
crazy.
tofu,
I like
bro.
tofu.
I'll take some tofu.
I like it.
Pick it up. You know, you hit it with a little. I mean, there's a couple different ways, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure. No.
Wrap it in bacon. Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
Kind of goes against the point. It
does-
probably
yeah,
tastes
with a
good.
little-
Yeah.
To be fair, if y'all have ever had some tofu curry, shout out to Thai Chili Food Truck, bro. That is a game changing meal right there, bro.
Yeah.
They there's something about the way they cook that thing is real nice.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What about you, Xander? Anything you used to like not mess with? Where you're like, actually, no, it's pretty good as an adult. I'm a grown man now, and I have a grown palate.
Yes, it would be sushi and wine. Took me a while to get used to wine. Took me a long time to get used to raw food. So sushi and wine would be definitely the two.
Sushi. See, I feel like with Mike, you like sushi?
I do a lot. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Okay. What about you, Eddie?
Yeah.
See, I feel like there's like an over-under on sushi, right? Because people are like, it's raw.
Yeah,
Oh,
took
why
me a
would
while.
you eat that? Oh, it looks so weird. Why would you? But all it takes is just take
Trying.
one bite.
Yep.
Just one bite, and then you could take whatever you want to the bank. Your
Yep.
opinions will count, but just give me this one bite, and then that one bite is always like, damn, okay, yeah.
And it doesn't have to be raw. That's the thing. Like
Right.
there's great tempura sushi. Like that's and in fact, I'll say this: I don't really eat raw sushi. Yana really loves like the raw stuff. What, you don't like tempura?
No.
Man.
I like sushi, period. Tempura, delicious.
Xander hit him with the deep.
But
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no. But if it's back to the Brussels sprouts conversation. If you like something, you should like it at a state as what it's supposed to be good for. Now I added this, then the other, and now look at this. Tastes like tempura.
Tempura sushi.
It's
is
very
Japanese,
but it's very modern. I think, in the sense that when you ask for sushi, it usually is raw. It's a very traditional thing. The tempura-
Sashimi is always raw.
Oh yeah. That's
yeah.
baller sushi, right?
Yeah,
That's a whole different level.
Sushi. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, that's a whole different level. But what I'm saying is, tempura. It is. I'm not saying it's like it came out last year.
right.
Not that.
But it's more modern. You're right.
Yeah.
Right, but when it comes to
Last year.
Yeah.
Bro, if you tried this modern sushi,
tempura, whoa.
Just came out
Yeah.
yesterday.
But
yo, I got the hook up. I got a dealer.
mind you, I love tempura.
That
Like
mocha
that's
good.
just. I mean, I love fried foods, but I'm just talking about sushi at its quote unquote normal state should be raw, in my opinion.
Okay.
But every other sushi is good.
But I like California rolls.
Sure.
So like I'll take that. I just don't
Those
like
are
the
really
raw
good,
fish or the raw fish.
Oh, I love it. Now, it took me
That's
a while.
nice.
Again, it took me a while, but I became a fan. And the reason why, shout out to Yui, my Japanese friend, when I was at UMass, they had a sushi night. And he invited me over with his Japanese friends, and I was very skeptical. I was like, dude, I don't eat raw food. I'm Puerto Rican. What do you think? You know, we have this, it's this thing is
That's a
real.
thing.
No, yeah,
Yes.
Real
yeah,
thing.
Puerto
absolutely.
Rican, I don't think
Well
so.
done,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
it's the same as black. Yeah.
That's Russian beef.
yeah.
You can't eat this.
So, I mean,
Uncultured.
it was just it was a very cool experience because again it's how everything is so organized. Everything they do is very organized. Japanese culture, like everything, even the food, how it is supposed to be here, there, and there. I was like, oh shit, okay, and how the wasabi and the soy sauce used to be here and here, and then you mix it. All this stuff he was telling me I didn't know about, and I had it, I tasted it, and I was like, oh man, this is good. So I was definitely, it was an experience that I would never forget. But I would definitely thank Ken for that because I would never know what I'm looking for.
Shout out to you and
Yeah, Yeet Tanaka. That's my boy right there.
That's a good name.
Yeah, that's a good name.
See, you put that. I could see that dude having like a dope like. Say it again. What's the name?
Yeet Tanaka.
Okay. Like anime, obviously you're stereotyping a little
His
bit.
gi
anime.
would be dope.
Bro,
Yeah.
Right? I'm thinking
Yeah.
in my mind I'm thinking like graffiti. Like
Yeah.
tapping that up
yeah,
would look
Yeah.
so dope for some
Yeah.
reason.
yeah.
I like that.
I don't know. I just like there's certain names that just have like that like a vibe
Mhm.
without even trying. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, yeah.
It's gonna be like one of my aliases now.
I love it, dude.
Yes.
I absolutely love it, man. Yeah, dude. Sushi was definitely like a game changer for me. I remember.
Excuse me.
I remember the first time I tried sushi. It was definitely one of those like just like you said. It was definitely like a little bit of pushback initially, but that like first like what is this? Like
Yeah.
what are these flavors? Like because it's like it's like a palette that you've never heard of.
Yes.
You come to it like blind, and you're like, "What is this? Like,
Yep.
who's painting these colors?" Like, and because like, there's a whole and shout out to Xander real quick here on. Every now and again, Xander will just come over, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I brought this over, and I got this sauce here," and it's like some hole in the wall Asian market like brand you've never heard of sauce, and let me just generously apply this all over this shrimp or this steak or this chicken. And it's always like, every time I'm like, bro, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
what kind of sauce is this? Like, the
Oh,
last
I
time, this might be
Yes.
not be like out of left field, but you brought over,
Still.
I think it was sweet Thai chili.
Yes.
That
Love
sauce,
sweet Thai
bro,
chili.
that thing was like,
Yeah.
it was legit. And then I ended up getting like some other version. But the version you got was way better.
Yeah, so shout out to my Laos friends in Connecticut. They put me on a lot of Laos food. The sauces, spices. I love Lao culture food. It's amazing. If you guys never tried it, please try Laos
What you
food.
know about that, bro?
Two things. Have you
Okay.
tried Salaudi in Springfield?
Where's that?
What's the name of this? thing?
Salaudi.
No, I haven't.
It's Laos food. And it's good.
No, I
Yana
never-
likes it. She
Okay.
co-signs it. She's very strict on that stuff because she's Cambodian.
Mhm.
Have you had Cambodian food? That's my second thing.
I haven't actually. No,
You're
no,
gonna
I
try
haven't.
it. I'm gonna
No, I
make
mean I
sure.
love Asian
Where's
food.
that
period.
place at?
Yeah, please tell us more about this.
Salaudi is. I have to look it up. I don't know
Okay.
exactly where it is. We get it delivered most of the time.
Okay.
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 But it's in
You
Springfield.
said Springfield?
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
bet.
Yeah, the first time I had sushi was like, you wait for. I was waiting for the gag. Like I was like, I know I'm gonna throw up
Yeah.
because it's gonna be gross. And I did it. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna throw up. Oh, it doesn't taste so bad. All right, let me chew a little more. You know, you just hold it. I was such a little kid. Yeah, like
Umami, right?
yeah, you're just like,
Umami
oh, I don't
taste,
want
yeah.
to throw. Yep. Then he fully. I did think I thought it was gonna taste terrible, but
Damn,
ended up being good.
Shout out to sushi.
Shout out to Sushi for bringing people together, man. Yo, how many rolls
So
do we
cute.
Yes.
Okay, if we go out and get sushi, how many rolls is too many rolls?
3.
Are we sharing?
Yeah, we're sharing. We're getting rolls to the table. How many
Okay.
rolls are we ordering? Minimum. 6.
Minimum 4.
Minimum 4.
Because each person like technically has a roll, right? So if we're splitting it, at least one. So 4.
I'll say 2 each.
It's 2 each.
Yeah.
Any more than 2 is
You were
like,
gonna
that's
be-
a lot.
Then you could have more.
You can't sleep on. All right, so you're gonna get either the traditional rolls that are like a little less sung and dance, or you're gonna get the special rolls that are like, yo, there's like literal fire. It's on fire. We deliver it to your table. You know, because like there's always like the house rolls. And
Yeah, I don't do those. I usually do like the California roll. Sometimes a Philly roll, something like that.
Right. So you say what traditional sushi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them all. I like to have some traditional, but definitely like to go crazy on the ones that go.
Give me. The only thing I can't really mess with is like the eel ones. For some reason, I can't.
Bro. I can't.
It's just something about it. Just knowing that it's an eel.
Yeah.
It's like.
No, that's the thing with sushi.
Yeah, you want to try this water snake, bro?
You can't. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you start thinking what it's made of, you're not gonna be able to eat it.
Yeah.
I mean, shrimp is like water bug.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You start thinking about it, it's like, I don't think so.
Oh man, real hard left here. Real hard left. I'm gonna default to Xander on this one.
Okay.
Xander, would you mind?
You're on point
Give me a full
5.
breakdown.
Once again, Tip. You're on point 5.
Talk to me
Once
about
again, Tip. You're on point
incident
5. Once again,
with
Tip.
the.
Watch me bust a
Consult my notes. It was.
Incident.
Yeah. No, it was a very serious incident. Okay. LeBron James ejected from the Pistons game.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to hear this.
Yeah, I got it.
Just lay it on.
I can't wait. I want to be a part
I'm
of
gonna
this
do a
as
full
well.
unpack on this.
So here's what happened.
Okay.
So I forgot who's shooting the free throw, but LeBron James is next to, I forgot the guy's first name, but his last name is Stewart. They get tangled up, but you can tell the Stewart guy, he is kind of holding LeBron by here, around here.
Yep.
And LeBron kind of notices, and as he's trying to get away, he kind of holds him a little tighter, and that's when he kind of slips away, and then he lets go, and boom, hits him right here in the face. Boom. So the guy, it kind of like with his backhand over here, like slips, boom, like hard in his face. He's like on the floor. Next thing you know, he's like getting upset at LeBron, but then he starts bleeding. Like his eye is like open now. Not his eye, sorry, under it.
So, yeah.
And it's blood all over. So I guess he noticed and he starts getting like, he wants to like kill LeBron. Like if you see the video, there's people like, dude, calm down. And he's like, get off me. I want to kill this guy. And then, so basically, when everything is said and done, he's calmed down. And then he starts going after him again. He was like, yo, what are you doing? So
he did the old, yo, I'm calm.
Yeah, like I'm calm, I'm good.
Nah, yeah, he did.
So, they go to interview LeBron. It was like, it wasn't on purpose. He was holding me and I guess like let go. He let go whatever at the right time and hit him in the face. But the other guys, the Stewart dude, he really believes LeBron did this on purpose. Like that's his take. Like he said he's seen it. I don't care what anybody said. This is my take. That was a dirty play according to him.
All right,
So
I'm gonna jump in here real quick.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and we'll take it in real quick. Let's see what we got here. Let me shoot over to this camera here. And I'm gonna go ahead and fire the shot here.
Yeah, that's what I keep
Look
looking at.
good.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
20 years later. I've been, every time it pops up, like.
Damn, did you say Ashanti, bro?
Yeah.
Is that what that was? Damn, okay.
Keisha Cole too. Well, I don't know if she still looks good, but she looked good.
She's okay.
You don't know Keisha Cole?
She's a great artist. Looks, she's okay.
What about Maya?
Oh, come on.
Okay,
man.
thank you.
Come
I was
on.
like,
Yeah.
You go from Keisha to Maya, so you jump.
It is a big difference. I
What
admit that.
What
Yes.
is that?
Sorry, guys. I was just going through the connection there real quick.
It's cool. Gave us time to
Yeah,
talk
I
about
like
the
it.
important
I like
things.
it. A quick top
It
10.
wasn't a fight. That's another thing.
People calling it a fight,
I
huh?
mean, clickbait, right?
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
So right there, he's holding him already. He's trying to get away, and that's when he boom.
And look, he's like, I'm sorry. You good?
So he doesn't know he's bleeding yet. So it kind of like just comes out of nowhere. Just like
This really seems very unnecessarily excessive.
Yeah.
like he just.
I agree.
So the eye's already kind of opening up. You can't tell, but he's bleeding now.
Look at LeBron. LeBron's like, what?
So
LeBron's gone.
I think that's why he saw and felt the
LeBron's
blood.
not even in this.
And now
I
he's
just
going
don't
crazy.
see why he's so upset.
I'm going to tell you what happened when we get done.
I kind of want to see it again.
Yeah, want to run it back real
I'm
quick?
bleeding from my
No, they're gonna. The whole
they
video
are?
shows it replay in slow motion.
Look at Dwayne Casey's like, just calm down.
It does seem very excessive. Like his reaction seems like really outlandish.
He's trying to be macho. It's like, it's all good, bro. Doesn't make. He did it.
He did, yeah.
It. He said, I'm good.
Yeah.
He is knocking over.
All right. I know a little bit about basketball lore. Pistons historically were a mean-ass team, right?
Yup.
Yeah.
The bullies.
Dennis Rodman.
Yup.
That's
Yeah.
just crazy. That's just crazy. That's crazy right now.
Even in 06 with like the Wallace brothers.
And that was the start of a 15-minute delay. And counting.
Bro, why the reaction though? Like I
Yeah,
don't
it's very
get it.
weird.
Like, I really don't get it.
Look, and he's even trying to be like, yo, like it was an accident. Unless he said something else.
He definitely said something to him.
He said, "Quit being a little bitch." And that's what set him off.
That's what, LeBron walked away from it a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it seems very excessive.
Yes. Homie's being macho because he thinks that he's being tested.
Everyone can see exactly what we saw. Well, I believe what they announced was a loose ball foul on the Stewart.
All right, that I don't know. See, I'm all right, Mike. What was your take?
I think it wasn't that bad. I don't know. Have you ever been hit in the face and then you start bleeding?
Yeah.
And you were cool and you're like, oh, I'm bleeding.
Something about the
And he
blood.
started swelling and he was like, oh, it's starting to hurt. And that pain led to, yo, I wanted to inflict pain on LeBron because he did that. I think he was like, no, I'm good. And blood hit his mouth and he's like, I'm bleeding. And then his eye, it was almost shut. He was like, oh, I'm about to put hands on this dude. So he's like freaked out. I think it was that. I don't even think he meant to get that mad. But then when he got that mad, he couldn't calm it down. He was like, oh, I'm already here. I might as well just go through it and just keep doing that. I don't think he would have done anything if he did get to LeBron, but it was the blood, man. It was the blood.
What's the fines look like for something like this for an NBA player? Like, what do they get fined?
He got two game
You lose your
suspension,
game check.
and LeBron got one. But I'm not sure. Yeah. So basically, if you get suspended for one game, you get a game check because you don't get it. Basically.
Right.
So whatever that is for LeBron and whatever that is for Stewart.
Big difference.
Yes.
It hurt Stewart a lot more. Yeah, 'cause I'm sure he doesn't have endorsements.
But yeah. So
But I did read up, and the dude grew up boxing and stuff, so
Oh damn.
yeah.
There's a little more heat on that then.
Yeah.
I'm just again. I don't think he wasn't gonna. He's not gonna do anything. One, not because LeBron is whatever. It's just you're not gonna get to LeBron. There's just nobody's
never
gonna
happen.
get you.
Yeah,
gonna
there's
get
no
to
way.
LeBron.
He wasn't
That's-
even near there yet.
Yeah. So, but it happened. So, the one thing actually I had this conversation with my friend about this was that LeBron has done it all in the NBA. We know what he has done already. He has conquered everything. The one thing that he has yet to do is get into a scuffle with somebody. I would love to see LeBron throw hands with
Pretty
whoever.
sure he's probably never thrown a punch.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Never
Just
in his entire life.
just
You know,
go
he's
to
just-
somebody and let's go. Fuck, let's just swing some. Because every great has had it already in the NBA. I mean, they had not necessarily a fight where you're connecting, or at least just something happened. You're on the ground.
I think
blah,
the
blah.
greats did.
That's what I'm saying.
Hands.
They
Yeah,
all
yeah,
had
yeah.
some kind of scuffle. LeBron has never had anything, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying I would love to see him just just to see what happens.
Kobe
Just
fought
as
a couple of times.
Yeah, Kobe, Jordan, Shaq, LeBron, everybody
Chuck,
had.
yeah, Larry Bird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Larry Bird.
all
Larry
them-
Bird. Fights a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, all those
Larry
dudes.
Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Larry Bird, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes.
You were talking about him earlier, how he was an unsuspecting, unsuspecting threat
Yeah.
back in his prime.
The reason that why Larry Bird came out, because me and Mike were talking about just players.
Athleticism.
Yeah, their talent versus the sport IQ. What's more important?
Yeah.
And obviously, we both thought that IQ of the sport is a lot more important than the talent or the skills, the athleticism that player holds, because you can fall back on the IQ no matter how old you are to a certain extent. We can see that now with Brady. So that's why we believe that the IQ is more important than the talent in athletics. So
Larry Bird. Man, that guy's... He's like does he own something? Or is he a coach? I know, like, I'm picturing
He
him
was
in a
the
suit.
GM president. I think the president of the Pacers.
he was
Yeah.
he was the coach of the Pacers. Then he became the president, and I don't know what he does now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is now.
Man, I just don't, like, I dabble with basketball, but I just never, like, follow it enough where I know what's going on. I just get, like, bits and pieces, and I'll be like Xander knows this. I'll be like, I don't know, I might be watching a game, or I might have watched a highlight or something like that, and it's like, I'll hear a term, or I'll hear some, be like, Xander, can you give me, like, a breakdown of, like, this rule? Like, what is this rule, and how did it affect this play here? You know, what was the clock management? Like, there's all these different, like, well, like the timeout rule. I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but it was like kind of infinite timeouts in the NBA at a certain point where, like, it was just like, well, you're out of timeout, so fucking just call another timeout.
No, we don't. So you have
3, right?
yeah. So by the fourth quarter, you have 3. So if you call a timeout, if you don't have it, you get a technical,
A technical, okay.
and the other team gets the ball. So
Okay.
that actually happened in a college game.
Chris Webber.
To this day, he still does not take responsibility.
No.
for
Yeah,
this.
he doesn't even like
It's
talking
on
about
camera,
it. Yeah.
Chris.
Everyone watching it.
Yeah, like who are you
Yeah.
trying to blame?
Yeah.
You call timeout. He's
Yeah.
saying that somebody in the bench told him to call timeout. This is his excuse, and
Yeah.
that's why he called timeout
He was
did.
trapped. He
Yeah.
was stuck, and he just.
So that caused something.
They lost the game.
Yeah.
It was a Fab Five.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Hilarious. Okay, yeah, because I just remember that being the meme. Like, out of timeouts, call another timeout.
Yeah.
All right, so you're saying, so if it's a trash coach or someone's just not paying attention at all, and that happens, it's just like, oh, damn.
Yes. It actually happened in football. I don't remember what game it was. Coach called a timeout. They go out there, too many men on the field, called another timeout, and it was a penalty.
It was recently.
It was like last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you call? You just called him.
That could never happen. That
Yeah,
should not.
Sure.
it shouldn't happen. 'Cause
No.
you have all the coaches.
I mean, not the NFL for crying out loud, or the
Yeah.
NBA for that matter. Like, bro,
Getting paid all this money
so
Yeah.
much money.
to be a dumbass.
You better know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love me some football. I appreciate it.
Same.
I appreciate some sports. I also appreciate movies.
Yeah.
Y'all watch King Richard? Anybody?
I did not. No.
Of that.
My name's Ken Max.
Oh,
It
Pretty
is.
good.
that changes things.
I'm gonna just say this. Not even gonna give a review. I will have it. Okay, not a review. I really enjoyed the movie. The end. If you care about my take, I'm happy to share it with you. One thing I will say is, and feel free to chime in here, guys, but I feel like Will Smith does a great job, whatever role he plays.
Yeah.
I legit was like, I did not see Will Smith in that movie.
What's the next step you got to take? You're not gonna just be representing you. You're gonna be representing every little black girl on earth.
I'm not gonna let you down.
How could you?
I really didn't. And there's a lot of actors, when you're watching them, it's like, yeah, Vince Vaughn is Vince Vaughn. Will Ferrell. But, like, I'm there for that. Like, give me Will Ferrell. Give me Vince. Like, I'm ready for that. You know, Ben Stiller. Like, there's a bunch of actors, right? But there's also, like, you know, there's the method acting guys, which are like, y'all are crazy, but also I appreciate it.
Jared Leto.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
gosh. Ugh. Joker, I can't. It's so weird. But shout out to Will Smith, bro. Like for a guy who's kind of been around the block a little bit, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
He's a great actor.
That's how I feel. He was Ali. I forgot that was Will Smith.
Yeah, I
I was
mean,
like, man, that's Will Smith.
he is. Let me put a wrench in
Yep.
this question.
Do it.
If you had to pick, because I really don't know, Will Smith or Jamie Foxx is a favorite
Oh, I'm
actor.
not doing it.
As a what?
That's a bit better actor.
Oh,
Yeah,
Will
yeah.
Smith.
I'm not
Wow.
gonna do it.
Jamie's good. Don't get it twisted. I'm not. It wasn't super easy. It's just Will. I think Will has had more chances, so it's almost unfair. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Okay, that I can agree with. The only reason, and this is the main reason, is Ray.
Ray was great.
No, it wasn't. To me, it wasn't great. Like, he literally embodied Ray Charles
Yes.
to the point that I couldn't believe how good of a job he did. Like,
He can mimic voice.
His
He
voice.
sang- yeah, he
his-
can
his-
mimic him.
It's everything, even his little thing that he did. I was like, "What the fuck, this guy doing?" Every
was
single thing.
impressive,
Yeah, it was very impressive. So that was like, damn, this guy really
And
gets it.
Shanae.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it's
Not
not.
overlooked. It's hard to talk
I love
like
both-
that.
both of
Until
them,
your
yeah.
lips, you know what I'm saying? Like he's
I don't think for you probably is very easy to do that because, like you said, we'll have more chances.
a lot more.
I still don't know. Like, I don't know who is a better quote unquote actor, but Will, in a way, I have more ties with him because, again, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like we're talking about earlier, when the Jamie Foxx show
Foxx
came
was
back,
great.
I was like, damn, this is a great show too. So
Yo,
they both had great sitcoms and great TV shows, and they're both great artists too, musically too. So it's like,
That's
these
why
motherfuckers.
I didn't watch it because just Will Smith overload. I just finished his book,
okay.
and then it came out, and I was like,
Oh,
I just
okay.
need a break from Will.
Yeah.
You know,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
book was great.
That's
I
cool.
Is it
enjoyed
just
it.
called Will?
Yeah, it's called Will.
That's cool.
Yeah. And if you get the audiobook, it's him.
Really?
Ah.
Yeah.
Man, guess what? Yo,
Yeah.
shout out. That man has put in work.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Big grinding.
50-something
That
years
guy's big
old.
grinding.
Yeah.
And as a guy who doesn't know Will Smith personally, obviously, there's not a lot of actors who come across as, you know, air quotes, authentic, right? And he definitely seems to at least make an attempt to come across as authentic. Like he's not, does not appear to be putting on a front.
Right.
Maybe he is. If he is, it's masterful. But I don't get that vibe from him. He seems like he's spitting truth most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't get that a lot from Hollywood folks.
No.
So yeah, man, huge props to that dude for all the stuff he's been able to do. But Django is a great movie.
Yes.
Oh my god,
Yeah, again, yeah.
so good.
Yeah, he's good in that.
What else was he? Oh, sorry.
No. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
He was in something else, The Soloist, with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
That was
yeah, it's been a
really
minute
good.
since I watched that one.
I don't remember that one.
And
But
he also
yeah.
voice acted in Soul,
Yeah.
which was really
He did
good
really
as
good
well.
in that too,
Voice
yeah.
act. I mean, they both voice acted. They have a very comparable
Yeah.
They're
No,
similar,
they do.
yeah.
career.
That's what I'm saying. So
It's just he went. They're both music.
yeah.
Yes.
They both did music and they both did,
Both did
acting.
sitcoms.
Yeah.
He
Both
just did stand up,
Yes.
opposed to like sitcom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, the stand up,
That.
the piano bits.
Yes.
I Might Need Security was
Security.
classic.
Yeah, I might just
Yes.
Yo,
I never seen that, and that took completely fucked me up too when I saw that.
Yeah.
That you could do this in a comedy show.
Yeah.
That you could, and again, you're thinking, oh, he's probably gonna just fuck around, and he starts giving
Yeah.
a show.
He could sing.
I was like, damn,
He's
this dude.
destroyed
Yeah, no, he
it.
did.
Oakland, California. I know it's late, but I gotta give you just a little bit more. Oakland, California. Oakland, California. I need to give you just a little bit more. Oakland, California, yeah. Oakland, California, yeah, yeah. Oh.
Did a great job.
Little background: his name's not Jamie Foxx.
Yep.
His name's
didn't know
Eric Bishop.
I didn't know that.
When he was coming up, he was trying to get in comedy clubs. So he was calling, trying to get booked. And at that time, they wanted female comedians. So he changed his name to a unisex name, Jamie, and his favorite comedian was Red Fox.
Yeah.
So he just said Jamie Foxx, and he got booked. And then he kept getting booked, because it just stuck.
See, that's a boss move right there.
Yeah.
That's
Very
a
dope.
boss
Yeah,
move.
that's hustle. That was back in the
very
80s,
much
too, just calling clubs,
Can you imagine?
So much easier back then.
People?
Yeah, so much easier. Now you wouldn't even be able to get that number.
Yeah.
It would be like 3 layers, like the agent, the booking agent,
Yeah, like I forget. You know a lot about that life, man. Damn.
Yes.
Jeez,
Back then it was so much easier. You just keep calling, and eventually you'll get somebody. Now
Somebody's,
you're not gonna.
Oh my god, dude. I don't know, man. Like for me, like I definitely watched a lot of kind of like sitcoms, like growing up and whatnot. Jamie Foxx show, like you guys were saying. Was Vivica A. Fox on that show?
Yeah. No.
Tyra Banks. Was it Tyra Banks?
It was,
No,
what girl was it?
it's a French name, Griselle.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
I don't remember.
But now
I just remember she was hot. But that's all.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got.
But I
That's
don't know.
all I got.
It's a French name.
Yeah.
A French name? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm never, man.
I never knew how to say it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Well, whatever.
Her name was fancy in the show.
I really
Yes.
just wanted, like, the reason I watched that show, like, most of the time was like, yo, I hope this is.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, I hope this is one of the episodes where Jamie Foxx gets on the piano and does some, like, singing stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was always such a treat.
Yeah. You remember Big Toe when he remixed
Big Toe,
it?
yeah.
Don't be stepping. He remixed Down Low and just freestyled it.
Yeah.
Big Toe, yeah.
That's funny. That's
No, it was great.
What other, like, Martin, obviously another great show.
I miss sitcoms, man. I miss sitcoms.
Yeah, they don't make them quite like that. I mean, maybe we're dating ourselves a little bit, but
they're not
I don't think
good.
they make sitcom. What are they now?
That platform just doesn't work.
No.
Netflix and stuff like that it just don't.
No.
There's like animated sitcoms now, quote unquote. Like,
Yeah.
Like Rick and Morty's kind of like that, like on the border of that.
But there's something about the live audience. You're able to feed off that.
Yeah. I guess
Whatever
it's not a
works.
sitcom,
Yeah,
'cause
it's
it
just
has to
not.
have live
Yeah.
studio audience.
Yeah.
damn, bro, like that's a good point because I feel like it's a whole different energy. Obviously, when you're like playing to a room full of people.
Yeah.
Bro, the thing that I would always like love, I didn't watch a ton of these, but I definitely seek them out quite a bit. Like the blooper takes from SNL recordings.
Yeah.
That would end up on YouTube, and people are just like trying so hard to not break character.
Yeah.
I love that shit,
too.
bro.
It makes me laugh.
And they're just doing it to each other. Like I remember I watched a documentary or something on SNL where they're talking about like they'll be doing the reads, and somebody would just change up the card before the tape, and just because you know how they like SNL they're like reading the cards, you can see their face,
Yeah.
some shit, and they'll just have some raw shit that they didn't rehearse, but they're reading it and they're like reacting to it in real time. They're trying to hold it in. Bro, the best. So they're constantly writing stuff for each other and trying to break the other person.
Yeah.
It's the best. I love that.
That's funny in the sitcoms like Martin and them. There's times where they couldn't edit out and people were just laughing.
Yeah.
Like I specifically remember a Jamie Foxx episode with Mark Curry, who is one of my favorite comedians.
Mark Curry.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does something in Braxton's sitting down and he just goes, and you can just see his shoulders because they just couldn't, and Jamie Foxx is looking like he's laughing too. That was
The wheel. They had problems with the wheel. Can anybody tell me what was the problems with the wheel?
Ah, I believe I know this one, sir. The problem, it was square.
Did I ask you to say anything, boy? Did I ask you to speak, boy? You damn right it was square. It was square just like you are square. A nail 7 square, boy. Don't let him break it, B. Don't let him break it. You a square, ain't you, boy? You
that was what's good about like live recording these things.
Man. Yeah, dude. I know we were talking about, speaking of sitcoms, we were talking about Seinfeld earlier. And I was just mentioning, like, growing up, like, I watched, or as a teenager, I should say, I watched a ton of Friends. Like, that was my shit. Like, I loved Friends. I was like, Ross and Rachel. Like, I resounded very much with those characters. Hi, Dave. And I always just, like, I don't know, there was something about the cast, the crew that was just, not the crew. I don't know the crew. The cast. I just, like, I really felt like they were my friends.
Yep.
Like, I'm, like, chilling with them. Like, I'm living their stories. I'm enjoying their character arcs. and all that stuff. And but I never really got into Seinfeld, right? So like now that it's back on Netflix, or now that it's on Netflix, as I say. By the way, I'd be curious to know how much they paid for that. 'Cause I'm sure they paid a lot of money for it. Yeah. Hell yeah. It's crazy. Can you imagine? Like, that's like the whole NFT thing, right? But like, here's some digital content that you paid a whole lot of money for just so you can have access to stream it.
For a couple of years.
To flex.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you can watch
No, not forever either.
Yeah.
It's not forever.
Exactly.
Yeah, 4 years is probably, it'll be,
Somebody else
yeah,
will
you
get
got to
that
redo
content.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Same with the Office. Yeah.
The Office.
That got
Don't
bought
get
for a
me
lot,
started
yeah.
on that, man. I'm so salty on that. Because that was like we watched a lot of Office around here. Like, it's just like, we're doing stuff, we're on the computer, we're busy, we're doing stuff. I just put the Office on the background.
Yeah.
You know, you might catch a laugh. That scene, that thing.
Yeah.
And then you just go about your business. Like, it's just great background TV. But then, it's on Peacock now. And, you're going to take these ads. And
No one's going to do it.
just ruin the experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Took the period out.
Yeah.
But to tie it into what I was saying, like, with respect to Seinfeld, man, I haven't laughed like that in a long time because all the comedy, all the humor to me is new because I didn't watch it growing up.
Yeah.
So like all the stuff they're saying is hitting like if somebody wrote it today,
Yes.
bro. That's the part that is messing with me. Is like they wrote such a timeless piece of comedy that like everything that they're hitting is just like still like, you know, some of the stuff is like you'll see like a corded phone or like really old technology or nobody's walking around with a smartphone. But other than that, bro.
That's Larry David, man. Larry
Yeah,
David.
Larry David.
He's genius.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, he is.
You like Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I've watched some episodes, but I haven't watched it in its entirety. With
Yeah,
some
same.
episodes.
It's funny. Yeah.
But it's also funny.
Yeah, but it's definitely
He's
fun.
good.
I have not messed with Curb.
It's good. It's worth it.
Is that on
You would-
HBO also or what is that on?
I don't know.
Show?
I forgot how to
It's
watch it.
Showtime or HBO, one of
Yeah.
those two.
Larry David. I heard him.
It's like Seinfeld. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, he was like it was him and Jerry.
Yeah.
Seinfeld
Yeah.
wrote the shows, right? Oh, I don't know who was that.
But it's like him, like actually him, just doing random
His
things.
sense of humor.
Yes, yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's supposed to be like his life.
Yeah, it's just like
That's-
him.
His
like,
show is
literally
supposed to
him.
be kind of
Yeah.
He was in Community, right? Am I bugging?
Nah, that was
No, that's,
No, that was Chevy Chase.
Chevy
I don't know.
Chase, yeah.
That was I edit that out.
Community is another absolute gem, dude.
You know I like it because Donald's in it. So.
Yes.
See,
Yeah. 3 of my all-time favorite. 4. I have top 4.
top 4.
Will, Jamie, People,
Okay.
Donald, and Andre 3000.
That's a great lineup.
Yeah.
I would love to hear them make a song or something.
That would actually be those songs.
That'd be fantastic.
Those are my 4 favorite people.
I would absolutely
Yeah.
listen to that shit.
That'd be sick. Have Jazzy Jeff produce it.
Man.
Damn, bro.
I'm asking for a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jazzy Jeff, man, over COVID and maybe over the summer, I forget when. It must have been like late last year or early this year. Bro, between 2020 and 2021, it was just one long ass year. So forgive me if I don't have my dates right.
Yeah.
But stumbled across DJ Jazzy Jeff's YouTube channel where he like spins live, like you know, afternoon this or that and the other.
Whoa.
And bro, the stuff he was. I know we were talking about DJs last time. But man, the gift to be able to like have such a deep knowledge to be able to be like, I'm gonna take this old ass song that spoke to this generation, I'm gonna take this thing over here that spoke to this other generation, and I'm gonna blend this together in a way that's gonna feel so seamless and natural that you didn't.
He's regarded as one of the greatest DJs of all time. But he's a genius. That's how he got started. He's just a genius.
That's a good way to put it, man.
And he said, well, Will said in his book because he got sick young, and his parents didn't let him out, so he just stayed in there and just consumed records. So he just listened to records all day. He never, left the house. He didn't play. So he just consumed records and became this massive database. He's like, it was in his brain. Yeah.
anything else about any other gems of wisdom that you read in the book? That
so
like,
much,
really
man.
good takeaways. I bet, dude. Like I honestly,
Yeah, and it like because it's his whole life.
was it autobiographical?
Yeah, he had like a somebody helped write it, but yeah, it's his whole life, so it's so much. And it's like I'll start thinking of something like, man, that's crazy that happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the
Salud.
What's I gonna say the but like the memes of somebody made like an actual dope ass song about the whole Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, let's go there.
In August, right? I forget how that song went, but you know the internet coming up with random stuff. Entanglement. Thank you very much. I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but what was that, like a year or two ago at this point, bro?
Yeah, this is.
No, I think it was last year. I don't think it was that long ago.
It was early last year, right?
No.
This is pandemic. Well, pandemic's going on, and this is why it blew up so much. Is because we have nothing else to do.
Ain't no supposed to Jada.
Yeah. But that's the one thing that when it comes to Will, love him. But let me ask you guys: do you think he's playing? And I'm not here to judge anybody, but do you think he's playing a good role of a husband? Because for Jada to say the shit that she has said, if you're a good husband, and she is satisfied with you as a husband, you don't do that to your husband.
They got a lot. Yeah, they got a lot going on.
And I understand that. I understand you have a interesting marriage, whatever the fuck it is going on with their life or their marriage. Because every time I hear it, it's they have a whatever. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know if they've ever said that. That's
right.
What's weird. Yeah, I don't.
I never heard that from their mouth
yeah.
either. So I don't think it's
they
that.
Were
either.
separated during the August thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they said. But there's just certain things that I'm not sure if she's aware or if she is and doesn't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like that is. Like, yeah, like the last thing that she said about him. He's supposed to know how to make me, you know.
Yeah, she's wild.
That's cool if you feel that way.
But
you don't say it. So
you don't say it on a podcast
about your husband because that.
So again,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so are you doing this consciously knowing and just don't give a fuck, or you just, oh shit, I should have not said this. So I don't know. So it comes to the point where do you as a husband or as a man just, am I doing the right thing, or do I need to talk to her to see, hey, you can't. Where do you guys see yourself? If you were in his position, but this is a man in general. Mm-hmm. When do you put your foot down and say, "Yo, okay, we can't keep doing this, or you can't keep treating me like this"? Like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah,
damn, bro.
Because he's been disrespected plenty of times already now by her, and it gets to the point when you go, "Yo, this is my reputation. Like, you're supposed to be your husband. Your partner represents you. So, like, what are you doing?" Like, what's going on?
He's never said anything bad about her either.
I haven't. I don't know if you guys have. And if it has been, I don't remember it to be that bad.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, I don't have... You got any hot takes on this?
Nah. I mean, like, I like that you're bringing up the aspect of dealing with the aftermath. Because a lot of people are talking about, like, oh, man, she like, cheated on him with... Like, she had an entanglement.
Yeah.
And it's like... I think that's a very easy conversation. I don't think there's really much to say about that. Personally, I think if someone does something and it wasn't agreed upon, it's shiesty.
Yeah.
If they agreed upon it, then you're good. It's none of your business.
Yeah.
You know, if that's the way they want to do it, it's none of your business. No right or wrong. It's what's to them right or wrong.
Yeah.
But you brought up a good point. You said, okay, they did it. But now she's running around pretty much defaming him. Mm-hmm. You know, and yeah, I agree with you. I think that you have to draw a line as to where. I think instantly. I think that's as soon as the first offense happens, it's like, hey, I don't mess with that.
Yeah.
Can we not do that? Mm-hmm. You know, that's me. Like if it happens once, I'm gonna tell you about it. Like if I don't like it.
I have a devil's advocate take on this. I don't really have a hot take, but I don't know what it's like to be a celebrity and have a relationship in the limelights, right? So limelights, excuse me. So that's like a pressure that, you know, most of us probably not going to be familiar with. I would almost put it next to, as you were describing this, Xander, I was putting it next to something like the kinds of people who will bring their significant other to like the Maury show and be like, "Yo, I'm cheating on you." or like, yo, this dude's a father. Like some like spectacle of a thing for something that should have really been private.
Yep.
Right? And so like when we're looking at it in that context, it makes a smidge more sense. I'm not saying it's justified. I'm saying it makes a little bit more sense with respect to there's a camera around and there's a narrative to be spun. I don't love it any more than you do, Eddie. Like, I'm with you 100%. I'm just trying to contextualize it because, like, the cameras kind of changed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, and, like, especially, like, Jada and Will. Both of them have been around forever. Like, we grew up with them. Granted, I would say, you know, maybe this is a little sexist, maybe. But, like, Will Smith has had a bit more success, I would say.
Not a bit, way more.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was being kind. But
Yeah.
yeah, all right, Mike, yeah, way more.
He was the biggest actor in the world.
I mean, he's got to be.
Yeah.
Yo, sidebar. I used to listen to a podcast more regularly. Actually, no, I don't listen to it anymore. But it was called Tested. This is a test. This is only a test podcast. Anyway, try to be short. The dude's name, one of the hosts of this podcast, was a former editor of a magazine called PC Magazine. His name is Will Smith.
That's funny.
This guy, being a nerd, got on Twitter early, and his Twitter handle is @WillSmith. And so this guy constantly gets stuff directed at Will Smith, the actor, but it's like, nope, not that Will Smith. And so it was just like whatever, like you would hear the random stories that he would tell about like all the
hilarious.
people just be shitting on him. Hey, After Earth was a terrible movie.
This. I agree.
He talks about that.
I skipped it. I mean, I heard.
He talks about that in the book, but yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I haven't had the pleasure to watch it.
It was awful.
All right, good to know. I'll make sure to skip that. Well, it seems like a good place to take a break, so why don't we do that? Have a little breaky break, and we'll circle back around.
Good vibration, yeah. That's the positive vibes, and we creating, yeah. Sounds that make you feel right, we keep it blazing, yeah. Forever shining this light, we